Hi guys! Some of you might already know that I'm a Dutchman living in Madrid for already many years. I have noticed that many of the videos watched on this channel are seen with English subtitles. This is the reason why we're now doing this video also in English. Si lo queréis ver en español, hacer clic aquí. Today I wanted to make a recipe of neighboring countries. The countries are Portugal, Spain and Italy. Each country contributes something very traditional and popular from their cuisine, and this recipe unites them. But what will this recipe be? Soon you're gonna find out. Let's start with Italy, pasta. Let's make the pasta dough. We're going to do it quickly with the food processor. We're going to put 200 grams or 7 ounces of flour, 2 eggs, a splash of oil, and a pinch of salt. And a pinch of turmeric. This is just to give it a little color. We press the button a few times. If you don't have a food processor or don't want to use one, you can also do it by hand. I leave you a link to a recipe where you can see how I do it manually. We empty it on the countertop. Knead it a little. Then we wrap it in film and let it rest for a while. So now it's Portugal's turn. Most of the time in restaurants in Portugal, when you first sit down, they give you some bread with some sardine pate. It's great, but outside of Portugal you hardly ever find it. We're going to make this pate using small sardines. They are smaller than regular sardines and make a smoother paste. If you can't find smaller ones, regular will do just as good. Add a little garlic powder and a little onion powder. And now 2 piquillo peppers, so typical and traditional in Spain, which curiously enough are only found and grown here. We pass the blender through it. And the paste is ready. So what are we going to do now? Well, with the pasta we are going to make ravioli. In Italy, the most popular raviolis are possibly the ones stuffed with spinach and ricotta. And the truth is, they are delicious. In Italy, they fill raviolis with many things, but from what I have seen, they never make raviolis with sardines. Although they do stuff them with tuna. So we're going to knead the dough a bit. We split it into 2. Now we're going to pass the dough through the pasta machine. We're going to use the machine in 2 ways. First, we are going to activate the gluten. This way. We pass the dough, fold it, and pass it again, on the widest roller position, 1. Little by little, we are seeing that we gain elasticity. We are now at the point where we can begin to roll out the dough. We flour both sides well, and we go through the roller in position 2. And now 3. Notice how it stretches. Now 4. Now what I'm going to do is cut it in half. We go through 5, and the other half the same. I have been told that authentic ravioli must be passed through number 6, the finest. But when I make this recipe, I like it much better leaving it at 5. It's already quite thin. And the raviolis still have some resistance when you bite into it. So we're going to use this strip of pasta as a base. Now we can start putting in the filling. With a teaspoon we make a small ball. It is very important that it is well floured so that it does not stick to the countertop later. We make 2 rows. Well stretched, we are going to wet the hand in water and spread it gently. This will help stick the top strip of pasta. At this point, we carefully put the other strip of pasta on top. We can stretch things a little so they are all well covered. We close them in by hand to eliminate trapped air. And now with the cutter. This also seals the joints. The long edges first. And then through the center. And finally we cut the shorts, widthwise. We lift them carefully and put them in this tray with flour. Let's do the other half. It's exactly the same. While the raviolis are waiting, we're going to put the water to boil. The raviolis must rest at least 15 minutes before boiling, but never wait more than 2 hours. When the water is boiling, we add some salt, and we carefully drop them into boiling water. You have to boil them for very little time, around 2 minutes only. Actually, this is really easy. We put them into this bowl that already has some oil. Let's plate. We're going to add a little extra virgin olive oil. And a little nutmeg. Some finely cut chives. This in itself is great even without filling. And carefully mix. And they go onto the plate. For those who like it, you can add a little cheese, Parmesan. Well, in this case, it's cured manchego cheese. I can assure you, this plate is delicious. You already know that I like popular cuisine from all over the world, and this time I've combined several things to create something new. Popular food from Portugal, Italy and Spain are totally different, but they have a lot of things in common. In Holland we say it's better to have a nearby neighbor than a distant friend. Eet smakelijk y hasta la semana que viene, and see you next week. A mí los raviolis caseros me encantan, es que es buenísimo y es que no se tarda tanto, 45 minutos con el robot de cocina se hace en un momento y vaya diferencia. Es que a mí los de supermercado que no me gustan, por más que me los pruebo, no. Tienen que ser así, hechos en casa, es que es una diferencia.